Hello. Okay, still good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So today I'm going to talk about my story, but what I want you to take away is how to become a Frappe evangelist. Okay. So let's start. I'm Nagaria. I am. So it was spoiled a bit, but I am an evangelist, a trainer at Frappe School. We had a workshop yesterday in this university itself on Frappe framework, and I run this YouTube channel called Build With Hussain, where I teach people how to build apps with Frappe framework using live streams. Okay. So where does this all start? So I joined Frappe more than 4 years ago as an intern. At first, I was working on ERP Next, right? This is my first PR on the ERP Next repository, which is in the HR module. And it was interesting, right? So it was fun. And then I found about Frappe Cloud, what Frappe Cloud was, what the team was doing. I got interested and I wanted to join the team, right? So within, I think, a month or two, I shifted from ERP Next to Frappe Cloud. And this is the Frappe Cloud team at that time. And I worked on Frappe Cloud Marketplace. Right? That was my first major project in Frappe Cloud. And this is my first conference talk. You can see me there in the middle. Even I can't recall this. So yeah, this is the first version of Frappe Cloud Marketplace console. But that was the development piece, right? For 1.5 years, I worked on Frappe Cloud Marketplace. It was fun. And during that time, I realized, okay, how great the ecosystem is, right? The apps, the cloud platform, ERP Next, the framework, actually, the meat of it all. So I decided, why don't we share it with the world, right? Why don't more people know about Frappe framework? So I started this Twitter account hiding behind Frappe Cloud's name, and I started posting these memes. So it worked for some time. Then I tried to do this on my personal account, right? I tried to post and nobody liked it. So there is no likes, as you can see, since 2 years. And then this was during Frappe Cloud era, and then I wanted to switch, right? I was looking for some other project. My part here in the marketplace was done. I got a bit bored, and then I wanted to do some other project. Around that same time, Azim Foundation, one of the biggest philanthropic organization in India, reached out to us regarding a homeless care program, which they were sponsoring with a few partner organizations. And they wanted to build a complete platform on Frappe framework using this. And they wanted to keep it as an open source product so others can also use it, right? So a bit about the program. So this is an image captured in a temple in Bangalore where we went on a field visit. So the partner organization, which called Smile Care Foundation, and there are other partners as well, they give services as in social work. They provide food twice a day in that temple, so homeless people can come and then get access to those services. And this is their office where the social workers were also there, the management team were also there. And I was being a bit too informal now that I realize I'm in the pajamas. But yeah. This was the technical meeting, and after a few months, so Umar was there with me, coincidentally. So after a few months, we had this product built in Frappe framework called Changemakers, right? So this is a custom app, it's open source. You can also try it out. It's now also being used in Kenya, by the way. Now it is also used by the Azim Foundation in Chennai and Bangalore for managing thousands of beneficiaries. So they call them beneficiaries, right, who get the benefits of this program. During this project, I fall in love with Frappe again. So I discovered that, okay, it was so easy. I single-handedly built that platform. It was live in production. Hundreds of users, thousands of managed beneficiaries, lots of transactions being created. Why don't more people don't know about Frappe, right? Why do they go with the traditional mean stack or this MERN stack or the Laravel, right? If you have all the pieces there to build, why do you want to start from scratch? I am not even talking about ERPs, I'm just talking about plain Frappe framework, right? Then I decided, why don't I start sharing this, right? How to build apps with Frappe framework. And I wrote the very first blog in a topic that I had recently learned called virtual doc types. So virtual doc types in framework are a way to connect any sort of backend to power your doc type, right? You can do CRUD against it. So this blog was specifically regarding connecting MongoDB with Frappe framework, and it did well, and I had a lot of fun, right? So what I did was I wrote 3 more blogs in the next few weeks and then published them. This was regarding building an ebook store. This was a three-part series blog, and there was one more. Around the same time, I got the opportunity to take over Frappe school trainings of Frappe framework. This is one of the Zoom sessions. So initially, it was all online. And fast forward some time, right? I realized that, okay, I'm liking this sharing part much more than the building part, right? That's when I decided I will move from product engineering to evangelism. Evangelism is basically training, sharing with people that, okay, how you can do with this thing, right? And it's all open source, so you don't have anything to hide. So the first task I had in my list when I became the evangelist or took that job title was to do a live stream where I wanted to show, okay, in 2 hours, you can build a complete app with Frappe framework and Frappe UI. And this was that, right? We streamed over Zoom and it was a bit hacky, but it took off. Less than 24 hours, 1,000 views. This is where Build With Hussain started. So then after that, things started to click. We had a meeting and then Rushabh, even Faris suggested that why don't you start your own YouTube channel and then do this PT, right? And now this is the quality. Slowly and slowly we have gone from this to this. This is one of the latest videos. And I have crossed 7,000 subscribers, 165 videos on Frappe framework and ERP Next, and more than 500,000 views, surprisingly. How many of you know the 3 videos above? Have you seen it before? This is like the most popular video on my channel, Frappe App Development Bootcamp. This is also the official course that anyone has to go through if they want to get certified. Remember that post with no likes? Now if I post, if you see this post rate, you will see it's easily crossing 100 likes. So this is the, road. Thankfully, due to the audience I have covered in the past 2 years. And then the trainings also went to the next level. We started doing in person, right? This is from Wapi. And then we did one training in Dubai in person. In Africa, right? Then recently, yesterday, this is a picture from yesterday in Jakarta. Thanks everyone who attended, it was fun. So why do all this, right? So there has to be some why of becoming an evangelist. Why do you want to share? Why would you want to share this, right? For example, even Abdullah, right? Why does he want to do a LinkedIn post on Frappe? So I have seen a lot of people, even Kitty, he has a good blog on Udo versus ERP, right? Which is also quite popular. That is also evangelism, right? That is also sharing what you know, what you have experienced, right, firsthand. And that is also my why, that okay, I want to make people aware that okay, such a thing exists, Frappe and apps, and you can do a lot with it. For the past 4 years, I have been working with this amazing team. I'm honored to work with like such great engineers, business people who just don't think about world in a traditional way, right? This is a photo from our offsite in Mahabaleshwar a few months ago. So, okay, let's not get emotional. So last month was my last working day at Frappe, and due to the success of Build With Hussain, I am making it a whole new company called BWH Studios. And yeah, this is the small team we have started with. And yeah, this is the first project that is going to soon go live. It's an e-commerce store for a Saudi-based shopping chain. So we are going to talk a lot more about it and do an open source version of it at Frappeverse. So if you are able to, do join in at Frappeverse India in September. So yeah, okay, let's circle back. What was the hardest thing? I'll tell you. The first live stream was the hardest. The first blog was the hardest. The first social media post was the hardest. And then after that it was all, okay, easy, right? So the only thing you have to do is figure out what is the first thing you want to share with the world, right? Whether you want to do a social media post, whether you want to do a blog. So start somewhere, right? And don't expect much traction at first. You won't get like 50 likes or 100 likes or even 10 likes at first. So it will be silence. But then slowly people will see that, okay, you do care what you are sharing about, right? Whether it is ERP Next or Frappe framework, videos, written content, doesn't matter, but start sharing something. And experiment. So I experimented with social media posts, blogs until I figured out, okay, live stream is the thing that I like, and also people are interested in it, right? And you can just do things. This is my opinion. Frappeverse needs like at least hundreds of evangelists, right? Because it's such a strong ecosystem. You have these apps. So Frappe local, right? Hundreds of people attend this in every country we are conducting this in. They have built localization. So you saw Indonesian localization here. In Kenya there is the localization. Even now they are running their own payment gateways on Frappe Cloud. That's the scale the community is engaged with the Frappe ecosystem. Right? So where will you start? That's my question. Right? If you want to be an evaluation, even if you want to share. So basically, if you already know Frappe, ERP Next, or you are in the learning process of it, at that time is the best time. So whatever you learn, you can share it. And I suggest you start today. Go and post about this conference, right? Go and post about the new feature that you maybe find interesting in Rohit's slide, right? Yeah, that's it.